We have never exposed a generation to technology in a way that is happening now. So we don't really know what the consequences are on social development, for example, or emotional development.
The question of technology is really about how much, when, what kind. There are lots of unknowns. Today, young children are spending less time playing outside. They're busy with their smartphones and smart devices and touchscreens. We're no longer tied up to cables anymore.
But how does that affect their social life? Are smart devices useful? Do they enhance kids' knowledge or they kill their emotions?
To know the answers, we prepared this documentary for you. عندهم ايباد هم بتولوا جعفر ولا لا؟
لا عندهم.
عندهم كل واحد للايباد الخاص
كل واحد عنده الايباد الخاص فيه.
والعيال عيال عامهم هاللون
بعد نفس الشيء.
وكل واحد عنده
كل واحد
الايباد
عنده
ماله بروحه.
الجهاز نفسه.
انزين ليش ما يفتهم يعني ايباد واحد وانهم يتشاركون فيه ان كل واحد له ساعات معينه ولا شيء؟
هاي جربناها في بعض الالعاب قبل، يعني ساعات يختلفون، كل واحد يبي في هالفتره هو يمسك اللعبه، في هالفتره يقول هاي لعبتي انا، فتصير شوي خلافات بينهم. فكل واحد له حريه في جهازه يسوي لي افضل، على اساس احنا بعد نرتاح.
Does Noura have her own smart device?
No, she doesn't have her personal iPad. She's too young for that. We have an iPad at home that she uses sometimes.
Why so? Why doesn't she have her own personal iPad?
We actually have tried that once. I bought an iPad, and once I personalized it to be her own, she started to act weird, which is, let's say, more aggressive. And that's when we pulled it out.
كم ساعة يستخدمون الأجهزة الذكية؟
بعد ما يجون من الروضة يكونوا مثلا أول شيء يتغدون زين عقب الروضة، يحلون واجباتهم طبعا. عقب الواجبات عندهم مساحة للعب يعني في العصر، يعني عادة من الساعة 3 إلى أذان المغرب.
1 hour a day is okay, or less if it's possible, but let it not to be a habit for the kids too. Not every day should be an iPad. Like for me, it's not every day she should have the tablet for an hour. It's like she can go with 1 hour today, maybe tomorrow she will not get it. She can see it on the desk. That doesn't mean she can have it.
When you were a kid and in school, how many hours did you usually spend?
At least 5 hours a day. On weekdays. On weekends it would be over 10.
Is it fine for kids at a very young age to carry a smart device?
Actually, I don't recommend for the kids below 5 years to carry or to own a smart device because this period is considered as a personal formation stage for the kids. It's important for their social life. After 5 years old, kids can use this smart device, but it should be controlled.
Usually there are specific timing for them to use. It should not, for example, children who are below 2 years, they're not allowed, it should be 0 hours a day. Those who are older, 1 hours a day. And school children, like from 6 to 18, 2 hours a day. And studies have shown that those children who do spend a lot of time doing this, they lack a lot of spoken words. Their verbal communication is really less than those who are using, for example, voice or communicating with other people.
Screen time is made up of time spent watching TV, playing games consoles, using a mobile, computer, or tablet. According to the latest market research conducted by a Childwise firm, the amount of time children spend glued to a screen has risen dramatically in the last 20 years. In this year, children aged 5 to 16 spend an average of 6.5 hours a day in front of a screen, compared with around 3 hours in 1995. Do you think technology is very important in our generation?
I do. I feel like technology has made media evolve and communication barriers have been broken down.
Technology is needed, and for kids, they need to have an iPad. They need to learn because we learn the way, and they have a new way to learn.
Technology should be part of that because it's part of modern life, so you can't deny it to them. But it's just being cautious about how much exposure, I think.
How did the technology affect your social life?
I was very shy when I was young, so I was a little antisocial, but I also had my friends that I knew for a long time.
And was it easy for you to make new friends?
No, it was very hard.
Why do you think it was very hard?
I felt uncomfortable talking to people. It was weird because I was used to the same type of people until I think I was around 8th grade, and then I moved to another school that I didn't really make friends at.
هل تحس إن الأجهزة الذكية أثرت على حياتهم الاجتماعية؟
ملاحظ عليهم أنا هالشيء إن يكونون دائما يحبون يلعبون ويا الأطفال، يعني خصوصا حتى في الألعاب. إذا مثلا نوديهم مثلا حديقة وعندهم الألعاب مال الرمل وكذا، فأشوفهم بروحهم إن يروحون ويا الألعاب، ينادون الأطفال مثلا تعالوا لعبوا ويانا، يسوون جبل رمل مثلا. فأشوف عندهم هاي التفاعل ويا باقي الأطفال، ويحبون إن يلعبون ويا ناس ثانية.
Smart devices always like personal. They cannot be two of them playing one game. Maybe some games, some advanced games, that would be okay. But when it comes to iPads and iPhones, it's all about one person game, and that's really bad. So there would be no social life for them.
So do you think technology will affect the social life for the kids?
Of course it will affect it because they're not talking to anyone, they're not going outside, they're not playing, they're not falling, injuring themselves. They don't even know what pain feels like if they're just doing that.
We know that children who are really less active, whether they are using those smart devices, and we know that most of our children, if they are spending like 4 to 7 hours a day, that might be a cause of obesity, fatness. Our kids are getting fatter. It will have so much effects on their life later on. They are more prone to have heart attacks, of diabetes, of stroke. And we see children at age of 10 who are diabetic, they are fat, and we know those very less active.
Take them outside, they run and play and jump and skip, and that's natural behaviour for kids. So it's an important part of growing up is to be active.
Sensory play involves activities that help to stimulate and develop behaviors based on what a child sees, hears, touches, tastes, and smells. It also involves how they move and position their bodies in space. The more they engage in these 7 senses, the better they make sense of the world around them and their relationship to it. There are 5 different ways children can benefit from sensory play. 1. It builds self-esteem and problem-solving skills. 2. It increases self-control. 3. It enhances creativity and imagination. 4. It helps grow relationship and confidence. 5. It helps the children move with courage.
Devices will help to have more attractive programs, to be more attentive to whatever you will be offering for them as an educational tool. It does. But does it improve their cognitive? Does it improve their IQ? It doesn't.
There are certainly things that we need to be careful of because technology used too much affects things like sleep, which certainly affects development in children.
There are good things, probably, yes, but there are so much bad things. At the end, parents should have some control on the time that the child spends over those devices.